Hi, everyone. My name is Lungi. Lungi is a mother, a grandmother, a woman of God that loves the Lord with all her heart, her mind, and her soul. Then it was my 40th birthday. When I left, I was going to celebrate my 40th birthday. So, my 40th birthday, it was so nice. I celebrated with these people. Oh, it was nice, man, living with these people. They welcomed us with open arms. And the old man said to us, you can cook here in the house. Don't cook in a small room. You can cook here in the house, and then you can take your things when they are ready to the rooms. And then I started now cooking for the whole family. We shared everything. Everything was nice. We shared everything. It was nice, man. It was nice. Everything was going smooth. And then I went in and I looked for this place to stay with this lady. And then I saw a house. The house did not have any curtains on it. Another room had no curtains on. Another one was just something that was thrown at the window, just to close that you don't see inside. I said to her, let's go to that house. She said to me, Sisi, you don't just go to people's house. And I said, no, God is directing us to go to that house. Let's go to that house. God says you must go to that house. He said, hey, when I says you and your God, I said, Mina, when my inner spirit is telling me to do something, it's God talking to my inner spirit. So let's go there. We went there. We knocked. When we were busy knocking, a neighbor from the other house opened the door and asked us, what do you want, Sisi? I said, no, we are looking for the people of this house. I said, no, the guy usually works a night shift. Maybe he's already left for work. Come back in the early hours of the morning, then about 10 or 11, come back at those hours. You will get him. I said, okay. We left. The following day, I said to her, let's go to that house. She said to me, you are so brave. Here it is, this is Gauteng. You cannot just trust anybody. I said, me, I trust when God says to me, go and do that, I trust God's, like, if uNkulunkulu uthi kimi hamba uye pha, I trust that is a command from God. uNkulunkulu angeze angiyalele ukuthi ngiye endaweni knowing that I will get hurt. So that's so much that I believe to my God. We went there, we knocked. First time, we knocked. Second time, third time, a man opened the door. Hey! Yeah! Bitch black man. Black, tak. And he was half naked here. He was just wearing a trouser, a police trouser. And I smiled and I said, Sabona Puti. I said, Sabon. And I said to him, igama Puti ngulungiswa. I'm coming from Eastern Cape. I'm looking for a place to stay, a place to rent for me and my children. He asked me, who told you that I'm renting out this place? I said, no, nobody told me. As I was passing down there, looking for houses, I was like going around looking for houses. I just saw that at your window at the back, one window was, they didn't have a curtain. The other one was just something that just was thrown there. I said, no, maybe there is someone who's staying alone. Maybe we need someone to share the house with, or maybe the house is vacant, and then maybe the person of the house will want to rent the house. And he looked at me and said, how much are you willing to pay? I said, buddy, Me, I'm not working, but I can manage to pay you 300 rands per month. He said, okay, 300 rand it is. I've been looking for somebody to rent this house. Hey, things are bad here, man. Things are bad. I don't want to live here anymore. And I didn't know what to do with this house. And if I leave this house now, they're going to burglar this house. They're going to damage the house, take out the windows and everything. And he said to me, tomorrow morning, come here and fetch the key. Then you can move in. I said, yo, bhuti ndiyabulela. Enkosi bhuti, oh, uNkulunkulu akubusise. And here I was laughing in relief. uNkulunkulu akubusise bhuti. And I said, no, it's okay, sis. It's okay. Anyway, you've bailed me out. I always wanted people to rent out, but I didn't know how to go about doing it. I said, okay, but thank you. Tomorrow morning, I'm here. And I said to my friend, do you see now? Do you see how God works? When you were like skeptical now that this is Joburg, this is not Eastern Cape. Hey. You don't just go around and knock on people's doors. People will kidnap you, people will rape you, people will do that. I said, no, me, I walk with God. When God says to me, I go there, I go there. If God says to me, go there, and I don't even have a doubt in my spirit or a little bit of fear, you know that thing that's at the back of you, I go. There I was, the following day, came in, fetched the key, gave the man the 300 rands. He left us. He said, it's dirty in this house. I don't stay most of the time here, but they don't know when I'm here or when I'm not here. I'm always closed. My doors are always closed and my windows are always closed because I don't want them to know when I'm not here, when I'm here. I said, thank you, God. I went and buy a jig, handy Andy, you name it, madubula, because the house was dirty. The house was dirty. Sorry, the house was dirty. I cleaned the house, I cleaned the windows, I cleaned everything. And then after I'm done, later that day, I went to where I was. I fetched the suitcases and all those things. So also they helped us. This friend next door, her children, and Esther, the girl we were staying at, she also helped us to this house. There I was, to this house. The following morning, I woke up. I went to town to buy a bed. I bought a bed and a sleeper couch, something like a sleeper couch, yes. I bought the bed and the sleeper couch, and yeah, and two burner stove. Those two burner stove that you can put, you can a braai on them, you can grill on them. I like my meat to be grilled. I don't like cooking every time the meat. Yeah, I bought those two burner stove. Yeah, mission accomplished. And some curtains and some things for the house, and plates, pots, all those things, brooms, dustpans, all of those things. I went to town, I bought them. I took a van there, those van that people hire from there. I took a van, brought me here for 300 rand again. Then I was settled. I stayed. That was the beginning of me staying in Johannesburg, in this house. That was the beginning of my journey in Johannesburg. I stayed in that house in Johannesburg until I stayed 2003, 2004. 2004, this guy sold the house. He said to me, he's selling the house. I said, no, I don't have money to buy the house. He said, no, I'm selling the house. He sold the house to this guy. And I already inserted some back glass on the gate and the windows and on the doors. And he said to me, don't worry, as soon as the house is bought, when they pay me, I'm gonna do good by you. I'll pay you back the money for the burglar gates that you installed in here, because it would even be bought if it wasn't for you staying in it. Because now you made it clean, you painted it, you cleaned it, and then it was more presentable. I stayed in this house. Then I was looking for another place to stay. And then sitting outside and thinking, the person who was supposed to move in gave us notice that he's moving in that day. So we have to vacate our things. Vacating our things and sitting outside, don't even knowing where we're gonna go now. Sitting outside and thinking, there comes another lady. Said, no, there's a house on the street. It's been staying alone. I know the man that stays there. She gave, I'm gonna look for his numbers. I'm gonna give you numbers to call him. She gave me the numbers. I called the guy and I told him the story that I was staying in this house. Now the house is bought now, and the person who's moving in is here. So I'm outside as I'm speaking now with my things and my children. He said, no, okay, move your things into the house. I go to the neighbor and ask for the key and move into the house. I moved into the house. There, God coming through for me again, second house. I stayed in that house. I stayed in that house until 2006, 2006 or 2007. Yes, 2006 or 2007, when I stayed into that house. And the man got married. The woman that he married said her sister is gonna come and stay in the house. So she didn't want me to stay in the house anymore. So there I was again, destitute, don't know where to go. But you know, God, I don't know what can I say about God. I've already painted the house. The house was neat. The house was clean. And I stayed in the house for years. About 4 years I stayed in that house. I've got another garage. It was big. Another garage. I stayed in that garage. For a little while. My husband passed away in 2007. My husband passed away, and I was supposed to go and bury him. Yes, I was supposed to go and bury him. So I went in and I buried him to the Eastern Cape, and I buried him. The in-laws called me and told me that he was admitted in hospital. And a few days after, he passed away, and then I went back. When I went there, they didn't have any money to bury him. He didn't make any means for burial or something like that. Now, I was supposed to bury him. But with God's grace, I didn't scratch him off on my funeral plan. So I didn't scratch him off. So things worked out. I claimed, I buried him. Then after burying him, I stayed in the house for some some months. Yes, for some months. And then I made arrangement that the house be rented out. And then after renting out the house, I went back to my children. It was a year after. It was a year after. So my children were staying with their older sister and all of that. Okay.